Okay, so student, we will start. Okay. So, am I audible to everyone? Please type yes, no in the chat box. So we will start. I am audible to everyone. Type yes, no. Is that my audio is clear to everyone? Okay. Okay. So we will start. In the last week, we seen the what is the means of absolute thermodynamics temperature scale. Okay. Here we use or we seen just a second. Okay, so we've seen for any reversible cycle or for any reversible engine, we can write down using a Kelvin's absolute thermodynamics temperature scale that Q1 upon Q2 is equal to T1 upon T2, means whatever the heat absorbed with upon that temperature, means if we want to write down this temperature scale for this engine, heat engine, we can write down Q upon T is equal to Qt upon Tt, right? So this is Qt upon Tt. Okay, for any reversible heat engine. Okay, or for any reversible Carnot cycle. Okay, so we also seen that two reversible adiabatics lines does not cross each other. Okay, those are parallel to each other on any plot, on the PV plot or on a TS plot or in any plot. Two constant characteristics lines does not coincident with each other, means this is not possible, right? For that, so for connecting two reversible adiabatics, we required two reversible isothermals. Okay. Okay, also we seen what is mean by Clausius theorem. Okay, in that we find out for any reversible cycle dq upon t is equal to 0, right? This term will be 0, means whatever the heat interaction upon the temperature of that respective heat interaction is equal to 0 for a cyclic reversible integration, right? So for any reversible cycle which is reversible, okay, that this is the most important word, reversible cycle, dq upon t term will be 0. This term will be 0 for any whatever the reversible cycle. Okay, and this term is only depend on the end state, right? For the end state. So these terms is also known as entropy of a system. So for any system, we can find out difference between the entropy, means entropy is a property of a system, and we can find out difference in the form of difference of entropy. Okay, means consider this is the I, and its state maybe contains some entropy Si. Okay, and for the final state it contains some entropy Sf. Okay, so now we have to find out difference between the entropy change or a entropy change when the system travels from I state to the F state. Okay, so for that, ds we can calculate ds is equal to Sf minus Si. Okay, Sf minus Si means it changes from Si to Sf. Okay, final state minus initial state is equal to integration, cyclic integration I to F, right, upon dq upon T, right? This is the change in entropy. Okay, and this entropy is a property of a system, so it is point function. Okay, it does not depend on the path followed during the that particular reversible cycle. Okay, it is very important, it is for reversible cycle, right? It is this equal to sign is holds only for reversible cycle, not for irreversible cycle. Okay, so here we can find out specific entropy, because capital S is given as a total entropy, and small s given as a specific entropy. So just by dividing the total entropy by m, mass of a system or mass of the matter which is available into the system, we can find out specific entropy for that particular system. Okay, and the specific entropy is a intensive property, right? And capital S is a extensive property, right? So if the system is taken from the initial state, now consider system taken from I state to the final equilibrium state, F state, okay, by irreversible path. Okay, consider it is a system taken by this dotted line, which is irreversible path. Okay, so we actually find out, we can calculate the entropy change when there is a reversible process. Okay, because those all those two processes are reversible process. So by using this formula, we can find out entropy change for that particular process, particular reversible process. But when this whatever the process takes place in the nature, all are the reversible processes. So when we have to find out what is the entropy change during that irreversible path, okay, so how we can find out? Okay, so first what we do, we consider there is a one process which is irreversible process or actual irreversible process, which is uh, the system goes from state I to the state F. Okay, means initial state to the final state through this dotted line, which is irreversible process. Okay, now entropy is a point function, right? Because this is entropy is a property of a system. That means this entropy is only depend on n state. Okay, this is Si, this is Sf. Now entropy change is independent of path followed. Whatever the path followed, it does not depend on the or does not affect on the entropy of that particular state. Okay, so now for non-reversible path, it is to be replaced by reversible path. We cannot directly find out the whatever the entropy difference by using this equation for the irreversible process. Okay, this equation is only valid for reversible process, right? So it does not valid for irreversible process. So when there is a one reversible path, so to find out whatever the entropy change for the reversible path, what we do, we first replace this irreversible path by the reversible process or reversible path. Okay, so this is a reversible process. We replaced this irreversible path by using reversible process, and for the that same reversible process, end state will be the same. Okay, so end state will be the same. Okay, just those two criteria it must be followed, that the end state for the both of these processes will be the same. Okay, so whenever we replace this actual irreversible path by the reversible path, we can calculate entropy change, right? Because for the reversible path, the whatever the formula for the entropy change is given as integration from I to F dq reversible upon T. Means dq reversible means whatever the heat interaction happened during this reversible path. If we follow this reversible path, if we follow irreversible path or actual path, there will be different heat interaction. Okay, and for the reversible path also there will be different heat interaction, because heat and work, those are depend on path or processes. That means it is depend on whatever the process type of a process. It may be a reversible process or it may be irreversible process. Okay, so forming or performing integration on that particular expression, we can find out the difference between or difference in the entropy or a entropy change for that particular states. Okay, so whenever we there will be any irreversible path, in that condition what we do, we just replace that irreversible path by the reversible path or reversible process, and we find out the entropy change. Okay, so thus the entropy change in any irreversible or a real process connecting two equilibrium points. Those final states and initial state are equilibrium, and the initial and the final can be estimated by replacing a reversible path between the same point. Okay, so this is most important. We cannot directly calculate entropy change for irreversible path. That's why we have to consider, or we have to replace that irreversible path by reversible path, and we know the formula for calculating entropy change for reversible path. So we applied that formula, and for that we considering whatever the heat interaction happened during that reversible process. Okay, that is very important. We consider the heat interaction happened during that reversible process. Okay, not for irreversible process. Okay, so entropy change we can find out for reversible and irreversible processes also. Okay, so just a second. So next one, that Clausius inequality, next point, which is very important one. Okay, so now what happened, we find out whatever the entropy change for a reversible process. We know the what is Clausius theorem, and again the formulas for the entropy change, calculation of entropy change, right? In that, the most important assumption is that whatever the particular process should be a reversible process, right? And for the reversible process, we can find out, or we can write down, delta S is equal to integration dq upon T, and dq means whatever the heat interaction happen, and T is temperature of that surrounding. Okay, so now what we considering one system. Okay, there is a one system. Okay, and in that system goes to the different processes. Okay, now this particular system goes in a one thermodynamic cycle. Okay, thermodynamic cycle means what? Whatever the initial condition is equal to final condition, means whatever the properties of the system at final conditions is equal to the initial conditions, means that particular system comes to its original position or original state by passing through different processes. Okay, so here we considering one cycle, thermodynamic cycle, which is considering different processes. First process is A to B. Okay, and this is irreversible process. This A to B process is the irreversible process. Then second process is B to C. This is reversible process. C to D is the third one, and fourth one A to D. Okay, in this cycle, is in that particular cycle, because system start from state A, comes back to the state A by passing through all these processes, and from these processes only AB process AB is a irreversible process. Okay, you should know only AB process is irreversible process. Okay, so this is the condition. Now by using efficiency of a general cycle, for using any efficiency formula for any general Carnot cycle. Okay, you should know that formula. This is 1 minus whatever the desired output, or whatever the Q1 Q2 upon Q1, right? If you consider one heat engine or something else. Now what we do, first we have to divide that cycle into very small cycles. Okay, for that we use this reversible adiabatic lines. Okay, those are parallel to each other, and we divide that one original cycle into the very small cycles. Okay, here we can see we use this isotherm to divide cycles, or creating cycles, small cycle, those reversible cycle. Now considering one reversible cycle, this one reversible cycle, A, E, F and D. Okay, when we considering one Carnot cycle, or one this cycle in a thermodynamic cycle, we can write down. Okay, here also the inlet temperature, or whatever the temperature when the heat enters into the system, is given as T. Okay, and when the heat leave the system, it is given as T2. That particular temperature will be T2. Okay, so by using efficiency formula for the particular cycle and whatever the heat interaction, we can write down for any reversible engine. Okay, for any reversible cycle or reversible engine is having maximum efficiency. Okay, so we just here this is irreversible engine or irreversible cycle because one process is irreversible. This process A to B is irreversible. That's why this process also irreversible process. Okay, now we know that the efficiency of the reversible engine is always, or reversible cycle is always equal to or greater than any general cycle. Okay, or it must be more than any irreversible cycle. Okay, so here we just consider any general cycle. That's why we write down less than or is equal to. Okay, so for that particular cycle it may be reversible or irreversible. The efficiency of that particular cycle, it must be less than or equal to the efficiency of the reversible cycle. Okay, now we can write down, we just cancel out this one, right, and we take this term on the left side and this term on the right side. That's why this sign also changes. Okay, so here we can know dq2 upon dq greater than equal to, in bracket, dq2 upon dq for the reversible cycle. Okay, that's why this is like that, because for reversible cycle this term will be the will be maximum. Okay, for that particular equation, when we cancel out one, it's okay. When we cancel out minus sign, at that time, because of the mathematical rule, this sign will be changed. Okay, and this sign will be applied here. Now we just solve this. We take dq to the this side on the left side and dq on this right side. Okay, we just replaced denominator with numerator. Okay, at that time, what, because of the mathematical rule, again this sign will be changed. Okay, so sign will change when we change the position of denominator and numerator on the both side. Okay, on the both side, because of the mathematical rules, this sign will be changes, right? So you should know the all mathematical rules for that signs. Okay, after that, we know by using whatever the Kelvin thermodynamic absolute thermodynamics scale. Okay, what we can write down for a reversible cycle. Okay, this is very important. For a reversible cycle, we can write down q1 upon q2 is equal to t1 upon t2. So using that, we can write down here dq upon dq2 is equal to t upon t2, right? This t is related to the dq1 dq, and this t2 is related to dq2. Means this is heat which is absorbed by the system here. This is dq only, and at that time temperature will be T, and for when we reject some heat, it is dq2, and the particular or respective temperature will be T2. Okay, so for that we can, using Kelvin absolute thermodynamic scale, we can write down dq upon dq2 for the reversible cycle is equal to T upon T2. So we just put this value into this equation. We find out this dq upon dq2 any general cycle is less than or equal to t2 up t upon t2. Okay, did you understand all this? This is for any general or any cycle, any reversible or irreversible cycle. If there is a reversible cycle, this sign will be is equal to. If it is irreversible cycle, this sign will be less than. Okay, so we just we just move this t on the left hand side and tq on the right hand side. Okay, and we get this equation, which is very important. So this is this for any process AB which may be reversible or irreversible, the whatever the heat inlet upon the temperature respect to that heat transfer is less than or equal to dq2 upon T2. Okay, means whatever the heat rejected upon temperature related to that related to that particular heat rejection. Okay, so for a reversible process, this sign is very important. For reversible process, the sign will be is equal to, okay, and for irreversible process, this sign will be less than. Okay, so now we can know that, or we can write that for any reversible process, dq dq reversible upon T is equal to dq2 upon T2. Okay, and this term for any reversible cycle, this is for irreversible process, right? Because this process, whatever the f d f, this process is reversible cycle, a reversible process. Okay, so for the reversible process we can write down dq2 upon T2, means for reversible cycle we can write down dq2 upon T2 is equal to ds. Okay, so for any reversible process this sign will be is equal to, that's why this dq2 upon T2 is equal to dq reversible upon T. Okay, for any reversible cycle, and this is equal to ds. Okay, so again for irreversible process this sign will be less than. Okay, so whenever we consider any irreversible process, this ds is less than dq2 upon T2. Okay, it cannot equal to for the irreversible process. So when we consider any general process, any process AB, okay, maybe it may be reversible or it may be irreversible, the dq upon T term is less than or equal to ds. Okay, that is very important conclusion. Okay, so for any cycle, any thermodynamic cycle, cyclic integration of dq upon T is less than or equal to cyclic integration of ds. Okay, since entropy is a property and a cyclic integration of any property will be 0, we can write down this comes ds come to 0 and integration of any 0 is 0, right? So this ds will be 0 because entropy is a property and property does not changes, right, for the particular state. So cyclic integration means whenever that system comes to its original position at that time, initial difference between initial and final property will be the 0. That's why the cyclic integration of any property is a 0. So we can write down from this equation integration, cyclic integration, this symbol is very important. Integration will be there and again there is a one circle, that means cyclic integration of this term dq upon T is less than equal to 0. Okay, and this equation is known as Clausius inequality because because of this sign is very important, because it does not directly is equal to, okay, it is less than or is equal to 0, and this equation known as Clausius inequality. Okay, in that there are two signs, right? It may be less than and it may be equal to. Okay, equal to sign holds when it is that process particular cycle is reversible cycle, and less than sign is holds when it is irreversible cycle. Okay, so this equation is known as Clausius inequality. Okay, again if we consider any so by using this Clausius inequality we can write down when the cycle is reversible, then cyclic integration of dq upon T is equal to 0. Okay, but when cycle is irreversible, then cyclic integration dq upon T is equal less than 0. Okay, these two are very important, but that universe is not possible, because whenever we write into cyclic integration dq upon T is greater than 0, that cycle will be impossible because it violates second law of thermodynamics. Okay, so those two conclusions are very important. For the reversible cycle, sign will be is equal to, okay, and for irreversible cycle it must be less than 0. Okay, those two conclusions are very important, because by using those two conclusions we are going to again study next phenomena or next principle, that entropy principle, increase of entropy principle. Okay, so these are very important conclusion. So next we can write down those different processes on the TS plane. Okay, so first of all we going to see what is TS planes. Means it is just TS plot, similarly to the PV plot, right? PV plot means what? On the x-axis we put volume on the x-axis, and on the y-axis we put pressure. Like that, TS planes means what? On the y-axis there will be temperature will be there, and on the x-axis there will be entropy will be there. Okay, that we can also call it as T versus S graph, or temperature versus entropy graph. Okay, so whenever we plot or put that particular process on a TS plot, consider this is one reversible process. Okay, so this word, reversible word, is very important, because whatever the equations we are going to find out, it's mostly for the reversible processes. Okay, because it is very easy to find out equations for reversible processes. We just found out equation or derived equation for irreversible processes based on those reversible equations. Okay, so first we going to see only reversible equation, reversible process equation. After that we can derive equations for irreversible process. Okay, so whenever we plot any reversible process on a TS plane, consider there is one reversible process on a TS plane, then the what that particular process captures some area below it, right? This area, त्या particular process जर आपण त्याचे एंड स्टेट जे आहे ते आपण ड्रॉ केल्या, तर तो त्याच्या खाली एक पर्टिक्युलर एरिया असतो, राईट? अँड दॅट पर्टिक्युलर एरिया इज नोन ॲज heat transfer during this particular process. Okay, this is known as heat transfer. Okay, so how we find out that this is a heat transfer, not a work transfer? Okay, because heat transfer means there is some energy interaction, right? So energy may be in the two form. Energy can be transferred in two form, in a heat form or in a work form. So how we conclude that the area below this process is heat? So for that we see the equation, this equation. This means what is ds? We can, for the reversible process, we can write down ds is equal to dq upon t. This dq is for reversible process, right? So by using this equation we can write down dq reversible is equal to tds, right? Temperature of the surrounding, temperature is a constant here. Okay, so there is a derivation on the both sides, so we just integrate both sides. It will be q reversible, whatever the heat interaction, is equal to integration from limit initial state to the final state tds. Okay, t remain constant, that means we can again write down this as, we just solve this in a derivation for the one is yes. Okay, and limit will be I to the f, right? So it just will be difference between those final and initial state. Okay, so we just find out, or we can find out heat interaction whenever there is a one reversible cycle by putting just it on a TS plane. Okay, and for the work, okay, whatever the energy interaction in the form of work, we can find out on a PV graph or a PV plot. Okay, if we plot this reversible process on a PV plot, this is I, this is F. Okay, the area below this process is known as W, whatever the work interaction. So on the PV plot we can find out work interaction, on a TS graph we find out Q or a heat interaction. That is very important. Okay, so on a TS plane or a TS plot we can find out Q or a heat interaction. On PV plot we can find out W, whatever the work interaction will be there. Okay, so again here it is another one process is there. Okay, isothermal process, because temperature for that particular process remains same. Okay, in that, in this we can find out, or we can directly find out whatever the heat interaction will be there. It will be TdS, right? TSF minus SI. So because there is a temperature will be constant, so the area under the curve is equal to the heat transfer in the particular process, in that particular process. Okay, so this is the TS plane. Okay, we just showing you the introduction for the TS plane, because we are going to use this TS plane in the next chapters on in all thermodynamics processes. Okay, we mostly use PV, after that TS, again TH. Okay, these graphs are very important, and how the processes will be shown or indicated on this particular plots or graphs are very important. Okay, so whenever there is that process is isothermal process, it will be in straight line. Okay, whenever that particular process, any particular process is isentropic or reversible adiabatic. Okay, what is isentropic means the entropy remain constant, right? At that time it is in straight or a vertical line. It will be vertical line because S will be constant for that particular process. Okay, so you just know that how you gonna to plot those different processes on the TS plane or a PV plane. Okay, you should know that. Again, the next one is uh, okay, next one is HS plane, and this also known as Mollier diagram. Okay, it is very important in the pure substance. In next 2 or 3 chapters we are going to study this HS plane also. It is very important. Okay, so HS plot means what? Enthalpy versus entropy plot. Okay, H means enthalpy and S means entropy. So okay, so this is enthalpy versus entropy plot. That this is saturation liquid line. Now what is the saturation liquid line or a saturation vapor line? Okay, so we will see that in the uh, next lecture. If you have any doubts, you can just put it in chat box regarding what is the entropy, how we find out Clausius inequality, how we find out entropy for irreversible cycle. Okay, what is entropy change for reversible cycle? So you can ask any doubt if you have, because this is very complex chapter, or what very complex term entropy is. Okay, because for any reversible process entropy change will be zero, or whatever the entropy change will remain, entropy remains same for the reversible process maybe, or for irreversible process entropy change will be always positive. Okay, so this is very confusing property of a system, of a particular system. Okay. And entropy only related to the heat interaction. Okay, that is another one important assumption or a conclusion you may be called as, because whenever there is any heat interaction there will be change in entropy, but whenever there is any work interaction it does not affect on entropy. Only heat interaction will affect on a entropy change or whatever the entropy. Okay, work interaction does not going to affect on a entropy. Okay, so if you have any doubts just put it in chat box. Please, if you have any doubts just put it in chat box. We have 10 minutes. In the next lecture we are going to see what is the Mollier diagram. Again, what we are going to, how to find out entropy change for reversible and irreversible process. Again, we are going to see increasing entropy principle. Okay, these three concepts, basic concepts, we have to cover in the next chapter, in the next lecture. So just revise the previous concepts. Okay, what is entropy, what is Clausius theorem, what is Clausius inequality, okay, how we find out any entropy change for reversible process. That we are going to cover in next lecture. So if you have any doubts, please put it in chat box. If you does not have any doubts, just type no, yes in the chat box. So we can stop here. We are going very slow for that particular concept because it is very confusing concept. Okay, entropy. So you just revise each and every term. So shall we stop here? Shall we stop here? Just type yes, no in chat box. So I should know. Okay. Okay. So if you have any doubts, you can put that doubt on a WhatsApp also, or you can directly call me. Okay. Okay. Just revise the previous concept. Okay. What is a Clausius inequality? This some concept we can. These three conclusions are very important. Okay. Again, what is the entropy? Entropy is just a property of a system. Again, the entropy of a property of a system. How we find out this equation dq upon t for a reversible is equal to 0, reversible cycle. This Clausius theorem is a very important. So just revise those particular or that those points. Okay, those are very important. And when you, if you does not revise those points, it is very tough for you to understand the next concepts. Okay, on the base on the entropy, there is another concept will be there, that is called as availability. Okay, so it is that availability is totally depend on entropy. So you must know or understand what is entropy, how it is changes for reversible and irreversible process, how it is increased. So just revise those concept, basic concept. Okay, so okay, we will stop here. We will we will continue this lectures in continue this concept in the next lecture. Okay, thanks for joining.